Hi everyone. For anybody who doesn't know me already, my name's Gillian Nuttall and I'm a seasonal yoga teacher. At the moment, Kilbryde Hospice are trying to raise money because they're not able to do their annual fundraising activities in the way that they normally would. So some of the people who normally come along to my little monthly class had asked me about whether I was doing anything online, like an actual class they could flow along and take part in. So what I thought I would do is record a short flow and guided relaxation, and I'll post it on our YouTube channel, and then if you flow along with it and feel the benefit of it, if you're able to make a donation of any amount to the Just Giving page that I'll leave details for, then the funds will go to Kilbryde Hospice and hopefully just help them out with all the brilliant work they do. So this will be an early summer flow class, and in seasonal yoga in early summer we work quite a lot with the connective tissue, with the fascia that surrounds our muscles and organs and connects everything together. So it's like a spider's web of tissue that goes around the whole body. And what we'll do is we'll just work to kind of ease and stretch that out and release tension all around the body, but particularly in the hips and the shoulders where a lot of people hold tension. So if it's your first time doing yoga, or if you're new to it, then you just do what you can. Focus on the breath, and if something feels good, do it, and if it doesn't, then just miss that bit out and really listen to your body. Whatever we do should feel nourishing and should feel like you're easing tension, so be your own guide, and if anything doesn't feel good, then just don't do that bit. I should also point out that I've got two dogs wandering about the garden just now, so they may wander into shot at some point, and we'll just go with that. So to take part, if you've got a yoga mat, then have your yoga mat and place it at right angles to mine, so going long ways, and I'll kind of go between being side on and front on so that you can see what I'm doing. It's also worth having a pillow or blanket to hand that you can use for the guided relaxation, but also you can use as a little prop if you need it to support yourself as we flow through. So we're going to start in a seated position, just whatever's comfortable for you, and we're going to just do a little bit of massage first of all to release a little bit of tension. So taking your right hand and just bringing your middle finger round to see where it naturally lands in the centre of your palm, and then pressing the opposite thumb just lightly to that point. It's the kind of hollow in the centre of your palm, and just kind of gently massaging in a clockwise direction. And when you're doing that, you might find that the shoulder just eases off and relaxes a little bit. Maybe just changing direction, but keeping the pressure quite gentle. And then just swapping hands. So taking the opposite hand, and first of all curling round the finger, finding where the middle finger lands, placing the thumb in place, and then just gently massaging. And again, just noticing if your shoulder wants to kind of ease off and relax a little bit. Just really nice. We hold quite a lot of tension in our hands and feet, and we don't always take the time to just notice that and let it ease off a little bit. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to, on the forearm, you've got two bones that come together and sort of meet just before the elbow. So if you draw your opposite two fingers up the centre of your forearm, you'll find a little hollow just where the bones separate, and if you place your hand on your lap and again just gently massage that little area, and you might again just feel your shoulder wanting to ease off and release. And then doing the same on the other side, so placing the hand on your lap, just drawing the fingers up the centre of the forearm till you find that little spot where the bones meet, kind of in the middle of the forearm, and then just gently massaging. And changing direction. From here we're going to work a little bit further up the arm to the shoulder. So if you trace from where you were in the centre of the forearm, just coming right up the middle of the upper arm into that little hollow in your shoulder, and a little dimple, and letting the arm go floppy, and just again massaging in one direction and changing direction. And then going to the other side. Again, just tracing right up till you find the little dimple. And massaging round. And massaging back. Now, the next thing that we're going to do might feel a little bit gnarly, so just see how it feels for you. But we're going to bring the right arm in against your body for support, and take the left hand and just get a nice stretch. So you're using the left hand to bend back the fingers of the right arm, supporting the upper part of the arm against your body, and you should feel a stretch right down the arm and the hand. If it feels okay, you can tuck it onto your leg and bend it back a little bit more. So just see how that feels for you, and if it does feel okay, then just breathing in through the nose and breathing out. Breathing in. And then just repeating that on the opposite side. So tucking the arm in against the body, using the right hand this time to just bend back the fingers of the left hand. And again, there can be a lot of tension in the hands and the forearms, so this might feel quite gnarly. So just be guided by if it feels okay for you to stay and breathe through it a little bit and let the tension ease off. I can actually feel my shoulder relax as I do that. So just taking a breath. And exhaling. And one more time, inhaling and exhaling. So from here, I'm going to come onto the hands and knees. Now it might be enough for you to get a stretch at the ankle just by keeping the feet turned under the way you normally would when you're kneeling. But if it feels okay, you're going to tuck the toes so that you feel a stretch right down the underside of the foot. Take your hands and place them down. Push into your hands and see if you can lift off, and just massage back and forward, just kind of rolling the toes. And if it feels okay, settling forward for a little minute, getting that stretch, and maybe just repeating on either side the stretch of the fingers. And the opposite side. So from here, we're going to put the hands onto the mat, tuck the toes, and push back to down dog. And when you're in down dog, really spreading the fingers and thinking of grounding in the palms of the hand, so the heel of the hand and the sort of balls of the fingers, just where the fingers come to the joint, really pushing down through there. Bending your knees initially to get a nice stretch in your shoulders. Pushing back and then walking the dog. So again, we're rolling those toes and just kind of massaging out the connective tissue. Pushing back to downward dog. and then walking forward, keeping the knees a little bit bent, holding on to each elbow and just floating forward like a ragdoll. Swaying a little bit from side to side and just gently warming the connective tissue up. Placing the hands on the thighs, bending the knees, going up, and then coming to the top of your mat, just gently connecting the fingers together and swaying side to side. So you can work with the breath on this, inhaling to come up, exhaling to side bend. Inhaling to come up, exhaling to side bend. One more time. And bring the hands by your side. So the next thing might feel a little bit silly, but nobody's watching. What we're going to do is we're going to just kind of shake the body out to release a bit of tension and get the energy moving. And what we'll do is we'll shake it all out, and then we'll quite quickly stop and close the eyes, bring the hands to the heart centre, and just notice how it feels. Notice if you can feel that sort of surge of energy. So, hey, it's for charity. Don't care how silly I might look. It's just really shaking the arms, relaxing the shoulders, giving your legs a really good shake, releasing any tension. A couple more. The more you shake, the more you notice the energy flowing. So 3, 2, 1 and stop. So with the hands at the heart centre and the eyes closed, just taking a moment to notice your energy and how it's moving around your body after shaking and then stilling. And starting to work with the breath. So taking nice, full, deep yoga breaths, starting from the belly to the ribs, right up to the collarbone on the inhale, and exhaling fully from the collarbone to the ribs to the belly, just gently engaging the lower abdominal muscles at the end of the exhale. And if possible, we're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And we're breathing with sound. So on that exhale, although your mouth is closed, just imagining that you're misting up a mirror or misting up your glasses. So if you imagine you're making the sound but keeping the mouth closed. And when you're taking that nice full breath with sound, you may almost start to hear the word sa on the inhale and ha on the exhale. And you may wish to silently repeat those words to yourself as you're breathing. Sa, ha. It may also sound a little bit like the ocean, so you may be able to visualise the waves of the ocean crashing in and rolling back out. And just continuing with those nice full breaths, relaxing the shoulders and encouraging the body to relax. And at this stage in class, it can be nice to set an intention for your practice. So if you'd like to do that, and you'd like to link it to the theme of the season, early summer is all about easing the body, easing the connective tissue, connecting with other people and finding time for the things that bring us joy. So you may wish to set an intention like, I am easing my body and my mind, or I am making time for the things I love to do. So you may wish to choose one of those intentions or to pick something that resonates with you and just silently repeat it to yourself 3 times just now.
And in your own time, blinking your eyes open and bringing your hands by your side.
So we're going to start off with a couple of gentle sun salutations just to kind of warm the body up. So keeping your mat at right angles to mine and coming to stand at the top of your mat. I'll just turn side on.
So inhaling to take the hands above the head, palms together, gaze up. Exhaling to bend the knees, spreading the arms wide and taking the hands towards the ground. Gaze towards the tummy and just starting to straighten the legs at the end of the exhale. Inhaling to take the head forward. Exhaling to step back with the left foot and then the right into plank. And you can place your knees down here if you want to. On the exhale, we're going to strike forward like a cobra and inhale through to upward dog. On the exhale, we're pushing back to down dog. So gaze goes towards the tummy, really grounding through the hands and feet and a slight bend in the elbows. On the inhale, thinking of taking the tailbone towards the sky, and on the exhale, really grounding down through the hands and feet. Nice full deep breaths, and on the exhale, relaxing the shoulders. Just another breath or two in downward dog. And then we're bending the knee, stepping forward with the right foot and then the left into forward fold. Inhaling to take the hands above the head and exhaling, hands by your side. And we'll just repeat that on the left. So inhaling to take the hands above the head, exhaling to forward fold. Inhaling to take the head forward, exhaling to step back with the left foot and then the right. Into plank and placing the knees down if you want to before striking through to upward dog. Exhaling to push back to down dog. And again, just adjusting the hands and feet to feel comfortable, making sure there's a slight bend in the elbows, really taking the breath up to the tailbone on the inhale and on the exhale, grounding down. If you want to walk the dog or you want to bend your knees to feel it a little bit more in your shoulders, then just feel welcome to do that. Another breath or two. And when you're ready, bending the knees, stepping forward with the left foot, then the right to forward fold. Inhaling to take the hands above the head. Exhaling, hands by your side.
From here, you're going to step back with your right foot to prepare for Warrior 2. So what we're thinking about here is a nice wide stance, making sure that your knee is above your ankle, but if it's overshooting, take a wider stance so that you can keep it aligned. Aim for roughly your left heel being aligned with the arch of your right foot, and then really think of pushing back and engaging the muscles of the right leg, and think of that left knee opening out, so there's real opening in the inner thighs. Imagine that you're leaning against a wall, then let your arms float up and really stretch away with the hands. Once you've got that, taking your gaze along the left hand and inhaling to really take the breath into the torso, exhaling to sink down. And we'll take a few breaths in this position. Really relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the body. So then then keeping your legs where they are, taking the gaze to the front, we're going to turn the palms upright and raise the arms, letting the thumbs point backwards, relaxing the shoulders and taking the gaze up, looking for the sun. Inhaling to really open the chest, exhaling to sink down. On your next inhale, you're going to reach to the side as though you're trying to catch a beach ball. If you want a little bit more, you can lift the heel and really stretch it away, making sure that you're releasing the shoulders. Your next exhale, placing the heel down, bringing the arms back to warrior two. Just catching your breath, taking an inhale. Then exhale, we're going to stretch out long, place the right hand on the right hip, bring the left hand down to wherever it lands. And then straighten the front leg, inhaling to really open the torso. Think of bringing your hip and your ribs towards each other, so you're kind of hitching them together. And once you're here, if it feels okay, you can take the hand up and the gaze up. Then we're inhaling into the torso, exhaling, just like gravity maybe draw us down a little bit. Relaxing the shoulders. Really gripping on with the toes. Think of the big toe and the pinky toe and the heel. Just really engaging to help you stay stable. And then taking the gaze down, bending the knee, and coming back to warrior two. And so that you don't end up facing backwards, if you step in and then step back with the left leg, so that you're using the opposite side but still facing the front of your mat. So we're getting into the warrior two position again, so just watching the alignment of the knee, having the heel aligning with the arch, imagining that you're leaning against that wall, really opening the inner thighs, and then we're inhaling to lift the arms, really stretch away and sink down. The more you sink, the more challenging it is. But just remembering to relax the shoulders. Nice full deep yoga breaths. And then again, taking the gaze to the front, turning the hands and lifting up. Thumbs pointing backwards, really opening the chest. Inhale into the torso, exhale, relax the shoulders and maybe sink a little bit deeper. Inhaling to catch the beach ball, maybe lifting the right heel off and really stretching, thinking of the breath going into the intercostal muscles round about the lungs and in the rib cage. Placing the heel down, bringing the arms back, and we're inhaling to stretch out long, exhaling to bring the hand to wherever it lands, placing the left hand on the left hip, straightening the right leg, inhaling to really open the torso, thinking of the hip and the rib hitching towards each other. Maybe if it feels okay, taking the gaze up and letting the hand float up. Then really inhaling into the torso, exhaling to sink a little bit lower. Making sure to relax the shoulders. Taking the gaze down, bending the knee, coming back to your warrior two, and then coming to stand at the top of your mat. What we're going to do next is we're going to use some of the balancing postures to really stretch and ease off round about the hips and the glutes. If your balance is a little bit sugary. I want the focus here to more be on the easing of the connective tissue than on engaging the core and balancing. So either take the more gentle version of the balance, or pause the video and go next to the wall or hold onto a chair. We're going to start off with a bit of a tree pose. So sinking the weight into your right leg, really spreading the toes and getting a good foundation, having a little bend, slight micro bend in your right leg. Then with your left leg, you're going to turn it out to the side, and initially just keep the both feet on the floor. Maybe place your right hand on the right glute and just see if it eases off and relaxes. Mine quite often relaxes if I take my attention to the muscle. Now that might be enough for you. You can keep your feet in that position, and if it already feels a bit sugary, just stay there. But if your balance is already pretty good, then what to do is lift the left leg, flex the foot, take it out to the side and bring it in wherever it lands. Now you don't want any pressure on the knee joint. If the arch of your foot goes over the knee joint and the pressure is actually above and below it, that's okay. But if your foot's landing on the knee joint itself, then take it a little bit lower. So when you're there, thinking of pushing the foot against the leg and the leg against the foot to really open the hip. If it feels okay, bringing the hands to heart centre and just taking your gaze down the end of your nose, relaxing your shoulders, and just a couple of breaths here to get your balance. If it feels okay, we're going to do what the trees are doing at this time of year. We're going to reach outwards. So really stretching the hands outward with the hands upturned. Relaxing the shoulders, and then maybe taking the hands up, and maybe taking the gaze up, and bringing the hands together and bringing them down the centre line. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So spreading the toes, turning the right knee out to the side this time, placing the hand on the glute and just seeing if it eases and relaxes. Again, you can stay here if it felt a bit sugary on the other side. Also, you find across the month and even from one side of the body to the other, you can have differences, so just see how it feels today. So we're floating that leg up, taking it out to the side and bringing it in wherever it lands. Again, no pressure on the knee joint, but if it's the arch of the foot, that's fine. Pushing foot to leg and leg to foot and bringing the hands to the heart centre. And just focusing on your breath here. If you struggle one way inside your mouth, if you move your tongue in the opposite direction, that can help a little bit with balance. So we're opening our hands out, really opening the chest. Maybe raising the hands up. Again, relaxing the shoulders. Maybe taking the gaze up. And then bringing the hands down the midline. Now the next little move we're going to do, again balance, but I want you to focus more on the opening and the stretching than on the balance itself. So take the version that allows you to do that. So spreading the toes again to get your grip, taking the weight into your right foot, pointing your left foot back, so just pointing away and bringing your hands to your heart centre, gaze down. Maybe just lifting that toe off so that you're having to balance and really stretching away with the toe. Now you can stay here, or if your balance is pretty good, you can challenge that balance by just leaning forward. And when you're here, have a go at swimming. So taking the arms out as though you're swimming through the pool in a lovely sunny location. Then bringing the hands to the heart centre, catching your balance and opening at the hip. So opening the body, opening the hip, and maybe taking one hand down and the other up. And again, you can bring your foot back down so that it's almost on the ground to let you open the chest. Or if your balance is good, you can lean forward. I'll just catch my balance again and really stretch away. And coming back. I find these really good for stretching all round about my hips and my glutes, and particularly if you do other exercise that can make you tight in these areas, these balances are nice for easing everything off. So on the opposite side, we're taking the weight into the left leg, pointing the toes, bringing the hands to the heart centre, taking the gaze forward, and maybe just lifting that toe off a little bit, and then maybe going a little bit further if it feels okay for you. So really stretching the toe in the opposite direction from the head, and if you feel like it, going for a swim. And bringing the hands to the heart centre, opening the hip, opening the torso, and if it feels okay, stretching the arms. Ooh, and try not to fall over. Coming back just to again catch your breath and settle before we come down onto the mat. So we're going to bring things down now onto the mat. You might want to grab your blanket to hand, and what we're going to do is like a seated version of what we've just been doing standing up. So flexing the right foot, gathering in the left foot, really sitting up tall, taking the arms out to the side and letting that leg flop. So you really want it to just relax. With the foot flexed, bringing it in against the other leg. Now you see here that my leg's kind of floating in midair. I can be quite tight round about the hips. So having a folded blanket and putting it under your knee just encourages it to relax, but it's got the flexibility that if the muscle gives way, it can ease off without the blanket stopping it from moving. So inhaling to take the hands above the head, exhaling to stretch forward with a nice straight back, putting the hands down and then just relaxing wherever you are. And taking a few breaths here. Walking the hands up.
Turning to face the left leg and inhaling to take the left arm over the head, really stretching away. If you're really flexible and you're able to take hold of your foot, then go ahead and do that, and otherwise just really stretching away. And the inhale, taking the breath into the torso, into the rib cage, and on the exhale, just relaxing and seeing if you go that little bit further. And just continuing with nice full breaths, relaxing the shoulders. Walking the hands back up, and this time turning to the right and getting a bit of a twist. And again, inhaling, taking the breath into the torso, exhaling, just relaxing the shoulders. In through the nose and out through the nose. And walking back to centre.
And then if it feels okay, lifting your knee, like taking a hold of your heel, just moving back and forward a couple of times, and if the flexibility is there, taking your heel and placing it right in the centre of your quad to give it a bit of a massage. If it's not, stay in the seated tree pose and just massage around right in the centre of that quad. You can kind of get it to release off sometimes just by giving it a wee massage. I quite like to do it with my heel. Just encouraging the fascia to release. And then we'll repeat that on the opposite side. So just taking the blanket over in case we need it, gathering in the knee, sitting up nice and tall, flexing the foot bringing it against the leg and letting it just relax. I need it a little bit at this side, so just putting the blanket under my knee to support it. And then inhaling, exhaling to stretch forward as though you're reaching out to grab something. And then just letting yourself relax down. Walking back up, turning towards your knee first of all, and getting that side stretch. And coming back up and then turning away.
And then just finishing off by massaging the thigh. So either using the hands or flexing the right foot and just gently bringing the heel over and using the heel to massage and release any tension. And while you're doing this, just remembering to work with the breath. So nice full breaths into the torso and exhaling to really just encourage the legs to relax. And from here, just moving the blanket out of the way and coming onto hands and knees.
Now what we're going to do is thread the needle. So we're going to keep the left hand on the ground. You might want to just watch this initially. Hips over knees. We're going to reach through, bringing the ear to the ground as though we're trying to grab something really under the bed. Then we're going to turn back, take the left leg back and open out in the opposite direction. So threading through the knee down, and that's your exhale, and inhaling to reopen the chest. Again, just flowing through that a couple of times. One more time. And then coming back to centre and we'll swap sides. So just getting your alignment first of all, and then threading through and opening. Just taking the right knee off the ground if that feels better. I find the twist feels better doing that, but if it's better for you to keep it down, then feel welcome to do that as well. Coming back to hands and knees again, what we're going to do is we're going to take the right forearm and place it down. I'm going to stretch forward with the left forearm, trying to keep the hips above the knee. If it feels too intense, you can let the bottom come back. But if it feels okay, we're trying to open and stretch out in the chest area. Now, your head can either go forehead to ground or chin to ground, depending on what feels best for you. So you're just stretching forward and then letting the head come down. The forehead can come onto your hand, or you can move your hand out the way and let the chin come down for a more intense stretch. So just find what version feels best for you and take a few breaths here. Carefully walking the hands back, and we'll take a little child's pose before we do the other side. Walking the hands forward, and this time we're stretching the right hand out just ignoring the dogs in the background. So again, forehead or chin to ground and placing your hand down to get that nice stretch. You can actually tuck your toes under if that feels better. And then again, just carefully walking the hands back. So we're just almost at the end of the physical postures before we do a relaxation. So it's nice to do some kind of inversion at the end of your practice just to get the energy flowing in the opposite direction. So don't worry, I'm not going to put everybody into headstand, although if that's in your practice and you want to do it, then feel free. But we're going to get some of the feel or some of the benefits of headstand without actually being fully upside down. So we're going to make a triangle. The hands go down, spread nice and wide, and if you look at where your hands are, you want your head to be a bit forward of that in the centre, making a triangle. And you're going to get the top of your head on the mat just so it's making connection. Now there should be no pressure at all in your neck and shoulders. Your shoulders, if you look at mine, should be engaged and down. Just do that a couple of times to feel the difference. And then when you go down onto the mat, shoulders are engaged, hands are down, and we're just going to get the feeling of being upside down for a few breaths. So here we go. Just tucking your toes, spreading the hands, and letting the head come to rest. And just adjusting however you need to for it to feel comfortable. Again, you can see there's no pressure in my neck, shoulders engaged. Couple more breaths. Tucking the toes. Just going back for a couple of breaths in child's pose after that. Coming back up, swinging your legs round. And our last inversion is like somewhere between a half shoulder stand and a plough pose. It just gives a really nice stretch down the back of the body. So again, if shoulder stand is in your practice and you want to do it, then feel free. If not, come with me. So we're lying back, bringing the knees in towards the chest and just rolling a couple of times, massaging the lower back. If it feels okay, rolling your legs over. And you just get a little bit of a stretch out and back of your body. Carefully rolling back down, crossing your legs at the ankles, coming up onto your elbows. Stretching out the neck. And coming back to a seated position.
So to finish off, we're going to do a Yoga Nidra guided relaxation, and this is really where the magic happens. It consolidates the benefits of the practice that you've just done, the physical practice that you've just done, and it takes the body and the mind to a really, really deep state of relaxation. So for Yoga Nidra, you want to be lying down on your mat. Your feet are about as wide as your mat and just letting them flop out to the sides. Your shoulders are relaxed and down. Your palms are upturned, and you maybe just rock your head side to side just to find the balance point in the centre. So pause this audio if you need to get anything that you need to feel comfortable. You might want a pillow for under your head, you might want a blanket. So just do whatever you need to get yourself ready to be still. Get ready for Yoga Nidra. Eyes are closed and the body is still. The mind is in a mood to relax. You are not trying to concentrate. Make no effort to control the mind. You are practicing Yoga Nidra. Become aware of your whole body. You are lying in a beautiful room with other people on the same mental level. Almost everybody is emitting the same frequency of vibration. The whole atmosphere is charged with one type of powerful vibration. In this atmosphere, you are lying on your mat. Your body is still. The sound of your breath is very rhythmic and slow. Your body is in a state of relaxation. Now think mentally, I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. I am listening to the instructions. A constant communication is taking place between the instructor and myself. I can hear the sound of her voice, and we are connected. One transmitter and many receivers. At this point, remember that a sankalpa has to be made. The sankalpa is a resolution. You don't have to make it now, but if you have one, please repeat it. If you can think of one, do it now. If you don't have one, it can wait. If you have a sankalpa, please repeat it now. Keep on listening to me and go on doing the practices I indicate. No concentration, please. Do not try to analyse things. Become aware of your right hand thumb and mentally say right hand thumb. No movement. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Palm of the hand, back of the hand. Wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, top of the foot, sole of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now go to the left side. Become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Palm of the hand, back of the hand. Wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, top of the foot, sole of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Next, go to the back of the body, back of the head, back of the neck, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right buttock, left buttock, right heel, left heel. Now front of the body, top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, whole nose, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, neck, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, middle of the chest, navel, upper abdomen, lower abdomen, right leg, left leg, right arm, left arm, the whole of the head, the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Become aware of the body lying on the floor. There is a point where the body is in contact with the floor. Bring your awareness to that particular point of contact. The heels and the floor. Both the heels are on the floor and there is a point where they touch the floor. Now from the top of the body, the head and the floor, the back and the floor, the right hand and the floor, the left hand and the floor, the right elbow and the floor, the left elbow and the floor, the buttocks and the floor, the hamstrings and the floor, the heels and the floor. Imagine the meeting points of the body and the floor, the whole body and the floor. The body is on the floor. Become aware of the whole body. Do not contract and do not expand. Just imagine in your mind that the body is becoming very heavy. Awaken the idea of heaviness in the body. Gradually feel that the body is becoming heavier and heavier. The head is becoming heavy. The right palm is heavy. The left palm is heavy. Both arms and the shoulders are heavy. The back is heavy. The buttocks and the groin are heavy. The right thigh is heavy. The left thigh is heavy. Both the kneecaps are heavy. Both legs are heavy. Both arms are heavy. The whole head is heavy. The eyes are heavy. The lips are heavy. The whole body is heavy. Keep on thinking that the whole body is heavy. Intensify the feeling of heaviness. Then gradually relax part by part. Now feel the whole body becoming lighter and lighter. The head is light, so light that it can even rise from the floor. The right and left palms are becoming lighter. Both arms and both shoulders are light. The back is light. The buttocks and groin are light. The right thigh is light. The left thigh is light. The right heel and the left heel are light. The whole body is light and weightless. When your body becomes weightless, you feel as if it is rising from the floor, as if your whole body is a mass of cotton. Bring your mind to the eyebrow centre. Do not leave that point until I tell you to. I will enumerate a few objects, and as I name each one, try to visualise it very quickly. If you cannot, don't worry. Keep on following my instructions. Sometimes I will go very slowly and sometimes very fast. I will also come back to the image a number of times. Some of the images may be known to you, but do not think too much. The image should shine by itself. Bring your awareness to the eyebrow centre. Darkness, pink rose, waves on the ocean, blue sky in the evening, dark night, tiny shining stars studded in the heavens, high mountain range with snow-capped peaks, a ship sailing on the high seas, white sandy beach, virgin forest with tall and dense trees, a dove, a galloping horse, a small hut in the woods, burning fire in the bush, stormy night, full moon, mountain stream, a lonely rock in the mountains, big garden of blooming flowers, rising sun. Keep your awareness focused at the eyebrow centre. Visualise a large lake with lotus flowers, a sailing boat, people swimming, a lonely wooden hut in the mountains, a desolate valley, a high mountain with snow-capped peaks, a quiet evening, beautiful sunset, chirping birds, tiger in the forest, elephant, cobra, symbol of Om, sound of a bell ringing, waves on the ocean, ship at sail, full moon, calm and quiet evening in a moonlit valley, mountain stream, refreshing cold bath in the mountain stream, experience of exhilaration. Now become aware of the breath. Inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right. Start to practice mental alternate nostril breathing. Left in, right out. Right in, left out. Come back to the middle of the eyebrows again. Visualise the rising sun, red like a tomato, clouds gathering in the sky, drizzling rain, fog all around, pink rose, sunflower, apple, lettuce leaf, hot water spring, tall pine tree, cluster of grapes, symbol of Om, lonely wooden hut in the valley, snow-capped peaks, mountain stream, cold bath, ship at sail on the sea, lotus on a lake, people swimming. Now to complete the practice, become aware of the whole body. Think that I am practicing Yoga Nidra. Visualise your whole body and everybody in the room. Become aware of the external environment. Become aware of yourself. Say to yourself, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am visualising my body and everybody here. If you had a sankalpa, repeat it to yourself 3 times. Become aware of your external environment. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes to get your energy moving again. Take a nice long stretch. And then hug your knees in towards your chest and gently just rock side to side to massage the lower back. When you're ready, rolling onto your right hand side and just taking a few moments here.
So just gently bringing yourself back up to a seated position with your eyes still closed. Inhaling to take the hands above the head and bring the palms together, just relaxing the shoulders and lifting the head to take the gaze up towards the hands. Gently blinking open the eyes and bringing the hands down towards the centre of the forehead. Kind thoughts, heart, kind heart. Namaste. So thank you for practicing along with me today. I hope you feel that you've released some tension in your body, and I hope you feel really peaceful after doing the yoga nidra. And if you've enjoyed the video and you're able to sponsor me via the Just Giving page, that would be absolutely amazing. I'll attach the link to the Just Giving page in the notes that go along with this video. So thanks again, and I hope you have a lovely day, and maybe see you on the mat another time. Bye.